Yeah, it's weird when I think about, like, I remember I was, like, 21 or something, and I was like, man, I'm still a fucking child. And then I, like, for some reason was, like, in a middle school or, like, an elementary school or something, because I was, like, visiting somebody.
Right.
And then, like, they had tiny desks, and they were just, like, little humans. And I was like, whoa! I'm a giant!
Yup.
What? Was I this small?
It's very strange. It's very strange.
And I was that small.
Have you ever gone back to, like, your grade school and you realize, like, how low all the ceilings are and, like, how small the lockers were? It's fucking mind-blowing.
Yes, I do remember that. I remember that very much. And the thing, you know what sucks, though, is because when I was a kid, and I was in school, I had these teachers that were sort of like the good teachers, and they always had students, like sort of alumni, that would come back and be like, I'm all grown now, and I've got a job.
I remember that.
And and I was like, whoa, that's cool, I want to be that guy. And then, like, one day, my friend Chris from way back home, and I was visiting Florida, and we were like, dude, we should do that. We should go today to the middle school that we went to and all the teachers we liked and go to their classes and just be like, we're doing great now and, like, things are awesome. And so we went in and, like, we went up to the, like, front desk. We were like, hey, we're gonna go visit this teacher and this teacher. And they were like, oh no, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And we just can't let people just come into the school.
Same thing happened to me. Like, I think it was Columbine. Like, actually, not to be a fucking huge downer, but, like, I think that changed, like, school policies, like, all over the country.
Yeah. It was really upsetting because I was like, well, I guess that's just, he's gonna die soon. And then I'm just never gonna be able to.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to fucking book because the thing was, they were saying that we couldn't do it in the middle of class.
Right.
Like, we had to, like, meet with them in, like, the teacher's lounge and shit. And it's like, I don't want to do, I want to have give the experience of, like, the alumni coming to class. And,
Totally.
And it's like, whoa, this guy's all successful. Like, maybe I should pay attention.
Dude, like, when I think back to teachers, like, my kindergarten teacher, I still remember his name. Bob Burkhart was his name.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't know how you'd spell it. I think there's a D hidden in there somewhere.
Bob Burkhart.
Burkhart. But, like, he has a son named Steele, who I think ended up on Broadway and stuff. But, like, he was fucking awesome. Like, he was my kindergarten teacher, and, like...
Dude, he let us have 2 snacks in
No.
the day.
But, like, what are you in kindergarten? Like 4, 5, something like that?
I don't know.
But, like, that's,
This corridor's all twisted.
Whoa!
Dude, thanks, Navi.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez, you're really fucking blowing my mind here, and dog. No, but, like, he used to bring, like, an acoustic guitar to class, and he would play, like, This Land Is Your Land, This Land Is My Land, like, that stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, I just waltzed up to the front of the class and, like, started singing with him, because I just, like, whoops.
Yeah, I just got wall mastered, you.
Well, geez. Looks like
son of a bitch.
Navi's annoyingness would have paid off to listen to.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
But, like, I think back, like, and he was super cool about it. He was like, awesome, like, this kid wants to sing, you know? So he totally encouraged it. And I think, like, that's where, like, my love of singing started. Like, he could have easily been like, get back to your seat, and then I would have, like, hated singing and never, like, pursued anything, you know?
I had a teacher that...
You're so impressionable at those ages.
Yeah, I agree. I had a teacher that ripped up one of my drawings when I was...
Oh, fuck, no
drawing
way.
in class, yeah. Because he called... I mean, he could, you know, he had the teacher sense. I thought I was being fucking coy and shit, but, like, you know, obviously he, like, called on me because he saw I wasn't paying attention.
Right.
And wanted to make an example out of me.
Right.
So he was like, Aaron, what about this? And I was like, and, like, I've always been, like, an honest person, so I was like, I'm sorry, I was drawing. And then he just, like, came over and, like, ripped up my drawing, and I was like,
Yeah.
no!
Yeah.
You can't do that!
Dude, I had a teacher, I probably shouldn't say his name in case anyone wants to, like, fucking do a vendetta on my behalf, but, like, it rhymed with Lejeski. And, like, he would, like, I don't know, maybe he was, like, a musician that, like, didn't succeed or, like, didn't want to become, like, a high school music teacher or something like that. But he fucking hated me, and he resented the shit out of the fact that I was clearly like, I love singing, I'm gonna do music for a living, you know?
Yeah.
And so he would just, like, take me, like, aside and just, like, yell at me and tell me I would, like, never amount to anything.
What?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? And at the time, I was in like 6th grade, and at the time, like, you don't know any better. You're just like, adults know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So you're just like, I guess he has a point of some kind. And now I'm just like, if I ever see him again, I'll fucking punch him right in his stupid red-haired face. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, that's how all my art teachers were too.
Yeah. It's just amazing that, like, as a kid, you have to fight against, like, the repressed, like, insecurity bullshit of adults that are in charge of a part of your life.
That's pretty true.
It's really wild. But hey, just advice to anyone out there who is going through an experience like that, because we have some younger viewers. Those teachers can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, those teachers can really go fuck themselves.
Yeah, ignore them completely and follow your dreams.
Yep. Next time on Game Grumps.
Next time on Game Grumps. Follow your dreams all the time, but also next time on Game Grumps.
Yeah, follow your dreams, but also keep watching Game Grumps.
Yeah. Good job, asshole.
Whatever! I was following my dreams of getting picked up by a giant evil hand. And I succeeded!
Yeah, no, you nailed it.
Not giving me the credit I deserve on that one.
Sorry.
Dan, what was the first thing that you ever did in school that you can remember?
Oh, the first thing I can... Well, it's not a proud moment. I remember in nursery school when my mom dropped me off. I told this story on Game Grumps. It's not really a story. It was the first time I had ever been, like, separated from my mom that I could remember. And I went and cried behind the piano. That was my first act in school, to fucking cry in despair. And it was a theme that repeated itself throughout my entire fucking 26 years of education.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Nothing. It was only 22 years. I didn't get a master's degree.
What?
Yeah, hard to believe.
What the hell happened?
I don't know. Didn't feel like learning anymore. My brain is full.
I'm done.
Whoa.
I'm just gonna go home.
I remember the first time I ever, like, played hooky from school.
You got laid?
No.
Oh.
I didn't get laid until after college.
Oh,
I was
that's right.
I was 23. But I did get that sweet blowy. And I just remember, like, I remember getting a blowjob in, like, junior of high school or whatever, and, like, because my girlfriend at the time was sick, and I was like, I'll play hooky and skip school and go bring her, like, soup or something. She was like, oh, soup. And so I was receiving fellatio from her and looking at the clock and seeing that it was like 1:30 in the afternoon and thinking, like, wow, my friends are in class right now. This is the best. Oh, I was very checked out towards the end of high school.
Yeah, dude, there was a class, I remember in my math class on the last year that I was in high school, I just fucking, my teacher pulled me aside, she went outside and she was like, I want you to know, Aaron, that you're gonna fail. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, like, no matter what you do, from this point on, you're gonna fail.
At life.
And I was like, oh. And she's like, yeah, so, you know, that's that, I guess.
It is what it is.
And I was like, all right, cool. And then I just didn't go to that class ever again.
Yeah, why not?
And it was awesome.
It was. I had 2 classes like that. I went on this this exchange student kind of thing. I don't know what else to call it, like a program in France, in Talloires, with Tufts University. And, like, I stayed with a family, and, like, the only prerequisite was that you had to take 2 classes while you were there to justify it for, like, college credit and stuff. And the 2 classes I took were Flowers of the French Alps and Epidemiology.
Epidemiology?
The study of diseases, like worldwide large-scale diseases.
I see.
Like epidemics.
Gotcha.
I failed both of those classes.
Cool.
With a 0.0% average.
Great.
But I did go, I had the reverse of your conversation. Whoa, illusory wall. I went to both of the teachers and was like, listen, I just want to apologize for failing the absolute shit out of your class. I just want you to know that being here in Talwar has been one of the greatest experiences of my life, and I've learned an incredible amount about myself. And in fact, I learned an incredible amount of everything except flowers of the French Alps and epidemiology. And they were both like, cool, we get it. I was like, this is awesome. Honesty is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Even when you're like, you're in a shit position and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna get fucked if I tell the truth.
Right.
Usually when you try to tell the truth, people are like, oh man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because I mean, like, everybody's human, and I mean, some people will like take it personally and be like, I'm the most interesting teacher in the world. Why don't you care about my class? But you know what? They're probably not the most interesting teacher in the world.
Yeah. In fact, I suffice to say, they probably are one of the worst, most least interesting teachers.
Oh shit.
You know what? That kind of reminds me of. I feel bad for stealing it, but I gotta say, Chris told me this. Chris O'Neill, Oni-NG.
Yo, Oni.
He told me this story of when he was in, like, I don't know, elementary school or something, and I guess in one of his classes, the teacher asked the class to write jokes, and and so they all brought in a joke, and you know, like he didn't do it. He didn't do the homework or anything.
Right.
And he didn't really even know what jokes like were, or like how to structure a joke or whatever. So he comes in and everyone's saying their jokes and he's like, oh shit, I don't have a joke. But then he started noticing that there was like a pattern to the jokes.
Right.
That everyone was like, ba-da-ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da! And everyone's like, ah!
Right.
So he just goes up and they're like, alright, what's the joke? And he goes, he's like, what's the difference between a moodle and a banoodle? Skamoodle! And everyone lost it. And the teacher was really mad at him.
I love Oni so much. Oh my god.
And it like
The teacher was mad at him?
yeah, when he told that story to us in the car,
Right.
we all fucking lost it like hysterically.
It's really funny. What kind of douchey teacher did he have? Teachers love to fucking destroy imagination in kids.
Yeah.
They really do. Like, I used to, and I still do, I used to get, like, super obsessed with, like, certain things. Like, now it's, like, working on Ninja Sex Party, but when I was a kid, it was Stegosaurus. Like, I would draw it everywhere, I would, like, think about it all the time, all that stuff. So
It's something really funny about that.
I know. I just...
When I was a kid, it was Stegosaurus all the way.
all the fucking time, all the time. And like, if there was an art project, it would be that, like all of it. So, my second grade teacher, like just was like, you can't do that anymore. Like, you can't think about Stegosaurus or do any art projects with it. And like, my mom had read that like one of the indications that like a kid has a good imagination is when they explore like one subject like nonstop. So like she went into like the PTA meeting and the teacher was like proudly like, I got him to stop thinking about Stegosaurus. And my mom was like, you dumb bitch. It was awesome.
Oh, you know, when you think about Stegosauruses all the time, that's a sign of dumb.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
That sounds like a scientific thing you just said.
Yeah, I read it on Dr. Phil. Next time on Game
read it in
Grumps.
Highlights magazine.
Blue dick.
Truth. Wait, I just remembered my most embarrassing moment.
Okay, go for it.
I farted in class once.
That's awesome.
It was not awesome.
Why?
It was incredibly embarrassing.
Why?
Just because it wasn't like a bad one. It was just a quick like little like, but it was loud. It was sharp, and everyone heard it. And like I shot up because I was like bending over to get something, and I snapped to attention super fast. I was like, oh fuck, and then just like everyone starts laughing uncontrollably, and like I got that like hot wash of shame and embarrassment like across my face and body, and
Dude, I would have been fucking proud.
oh, I was not proud. I was humiliated, and of course the girl I had a crush on was like laughing and all that blah blah blah. And,
yeah.
Nice!
Fuck yeah!
Great job.
You're a piece of shit, you fucking stupid dumbass! The pillars and between the holes is baiting me into falling in there, and the black abyss. Where do I even go? Do I go to Kentucky?
And the teacher in the class he didn't know what had happened. He just saw that I was the center of like a lot of laughter, and then he was yelling at me for like disrupting the class. I know. So like I'm already like on the verge of tears because like I've lost the respect of all of my peers, and now I'm getting yelled at. It was
What a shit sucker.
it was a rough day, man.
Dude.
Rough day at social studies.
We used to in graduating camp in high school. We had like this. We had this exercise because I went to a weird Catholic school, and
Where
they
we
were just
went
like,
into like a shower with all the boys
yeah,
together.
no, it was
And there's an
co-ed.
old man.
But they had this thing set up on the wall in
Damn
the
it.
camp. So they set up this camp wall with everyone's name in these little envelopes that were stuck to the wall. So you could walk over and you were supposed to give someone like what's called a warm fuzzy, and it was supposed to be a note that was written saying like,
Oh,
you
sure.
fucked up. That said like,
warm
oh, like
fuzzy is.
Russ, I think you're really great because such and such, or
That was a waste of
Catherine,
time.
you're great because this and that.
Yeah.
So I like opened mine up and I had none. And I was like, oh. And everyone else was like reading through their warm fuzzies and getting like nice feelings. And I looked in deeper and I realized I had one. And I was like, oh great, I got a warm fuzzy. And I pulled it out and it was from my friend Justin, who was a fucking asshole. And he just goes, hi Ross, this is a call prickly. Have a shit fucking day. And I always remembered that. It actually did hurt at the time, but then I realized
I'm
later.
sure it did.
It was pretty funny.
That shit's like so legit back then.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! God damn it! Fucking whoa! Jeez. Elementary school.
What?
I don't know. I think about it sometimes. You ever think about your elementary school?
Yeah, all the time actually.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. It's just a very innocent time.
Yeah. Same.
A lot of fun. I remember a house party my friend had while I was in 2nd grade, and there was a really pretty red-haired girl, and I wanted, like, the DJ was, we had a game where we were like throwing balloons to each other, like water balloons, and whoever's water balloon pops, like, that team lost. So I kept like nudging my way over so I would like be opposite her and she would be on my water balloon team.
Yeah.
And she was. And then we threw water balloons to each other while Heaven is a Place on Earth by Belinda Carlisle played in the background. And I was like, ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven a place on earth.
That's it.
Anyway, it's just moments like that.
And
that,
now
like,
she's your wife.
She is not, but she's my friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're still buds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever like
Nope.
reminisce about that story with her?
Oh God, I don't know actually. I feel like I did tell her.
I think I did this one.
Yeah, because it's like we were young enough, and like even if like we did quote unquote end up together romantically in 2nd grade, it's still like innocent enough that like I wouldn't have known what to do anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not like it wouldn't have been weird, you know? Like, I feel like if you hook up with someone in high school and you, like, talk about it later with them, it can be kind of like, ugh. Yes, I do remember that dry, tugging hand job I gave you at the Jersey Shore. But, like...
That sounds a little too specific.
No, it's just off the top of my head. But, like, the,
At 3 a.m. while my friends were watching, and I was very embarrassed.
But, like, it's innocent enough in 2nd grade where you can be like, yeah, remember that? You know?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, whatever happened to us?
Whatever happened to Belinda Carlisle? I really like the Go-Go's.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Going up these stairs makes me so barfy.
Sorry.
Wait, can you just go, like, back for a second? Okay, now go up the stairs super fast. Like...
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to inflict pain upon you by playing a simple video game of
Sorry,
sorts.
I didn't mean to inflict pain upon Kevin by blasting his ears out.
I actually took a,
So peaceful, too.
in high school, I took my, what I realized was my first, like, bullshit class. It was, mystery class.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it was awesome. The teacher was really cool, and it was fun, and all we did was watch fucking mysteries all day. And we played Clue a lot. But, yeah, we watched a bunch of, like, Hercule Poirot.
God, I loved bullshit classes. They were my favorite. The best.
That was
What-
actually the class I was in when when 9/11 happened.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Way to bring it down, Aaron.
Well, that's just the first memory I had of that class.
Right. The fun thing that I was gonna say was
the best thing was when you'd have a bullshit class and the teacher was out. So like there would be a substitute teacher for the bullshit class. Oh, dream come true. Especially when they'd get the gym teacher. The gym teacher was the best.
Oh, yeah.
Because like we had one and he would be like...
Because he already didn't care.
Yeah, exactly. And I just remember him like telling stories. Like that's all it would be for 45 minutes. And it would you know, it would be like towards the end of the school year, like maybe it's like March or April and like the weather's getting warm and it's nice outside in the windows and you're just staring out there and everyone's checked out. And like he would just tell stories. He'd be like, yeah, my grandma, she used to make the best pies, the best peach cobbler pies. And I'm just like thinking to myself, like, I'm here to learn. Something's wrong.
My parents put faith in this system.
But it didn't matter because I was creating a Dungeons & Dragons character named Blade Master. So, fuck that shit.
And was he?
He was not. He was killed quickly. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up.
Well, you brought him up first.
No. Yeah, cool, thanks for bringing that up.
I didn't bring it up! You brought it up!
Yeah, I start doing like... I do the baby thing where your face crumples and then you start crying like that.
That's my favorite baby move. So the biggest laugh I ever got in school was...
Right.
There was a girl right in front of me. This was the 90s, by the way, or maybe the 2000s, I don't know.
Right. I remember school.
She was sitting in front of me in Spanish class, and there was this kid behind her that said that his name was Alex, and he wouldn't give her the papers to pass up to everybody. Mm-hmm. And so she went, "Give it to me, Alex!" And then I went, "Ah!"
Did everyone laugh?
Everyone laughed.
Yay, good. Well, you got a fishing rod.
And I felt super proud.
As you should. Yeah, there are certain moments, and I still get them. Like, when you say a joke that just really connects and everyone laughs, and you're just like,
Yeah.
I did it.
Yes.
There was a girl in my high school who, like, for whatever reason, the only responses she would have to anything are, "You're so funny," and "I'm so sorry." And, like, she would just go back and forth between all of them. And she was just like, "You're so funny, I'm so sorry." And my friend had this, like, comic that he drew of her where, like, he thought she was actually like just a human Pez dispenser, and like one day she was gonna overload and Pez was just gonna come out of her neck. Like she was just gonna be like, "You're so funny, I'm so sorry, you're so funny, I'm so sorry." And then just like, "Oh, sweet Pez." I'm glad you found that funny, because before I told that story, I was like, is this funny at all?
So like each "you're so funny, I'm so sorry" is like a piece of Pez.
No, she just like says it back and forth and her head's like lolling from side to side, and then it overloads and then her neck opens up and Pez comes out. It's so funny to think about that now. God, that was a long time ago. Did I ever tell you about the reason I got moved out of my dorm in college, my freshman year?
No.
Oh, okay. So it was my freshman year of college, and it was myself, Greg, and Kelly, and we were part of a study group together. And Kelly, she was very sweet and very nice, but she never did work. Like, she would always, like, we would go to her room and start doing, like, math or whatever, and then she would go watch Dawson's Creek and leave Greg and I to do all the work. And so we were getting progressively angrier and angrier about it, and not just never taking action. And then finally we once reached our breaking point. Oh shit, look at this.
Yeah, that's right.
Little egg cachet.
So much eggs.
And yeah, so she went to watch Dawson's Creek, and Greg and I were just like, fuck it. Like, this is the time. We're doing something. So we went into her sock drawer, and she had a Kermit the Frog doll, and we fashioned a noose out of socks and hung Kermit by his neck from her ceiling fan and set it on like the gentle, like slow rotation, so it was like swinging around. And then all of the dorm rooms had like a dry erase board on the front of the doors. So 1 minute, reft.
And so we wrote, "It's not easy being green" on the door. And you find it funny. Lord knows we found it funny. Kelly did not find it so funny.
Well, I mean, it was her Kermit, yeah?
It was her Kermit,
Well,
and
you might have ruined it.
and they were like, "You threatened another student," and I was like, "Really?"
Whoa, what?
Yeah, I know.
That's like taking it a little too far.
I completely agree. So I had to change dorms.
You threatened another student.
Yeah, I made a threatening.
This is a clear threat.
It was ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Could you just been like, I'm in the local improv troupe, please?
This is a flash mob before flash mobs existed.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know what they mean.
I'm a 1999 pioneer. Thanks.
Shit, I have 2 seconds to get up. Ah!
You did.
I mean, you have 2 seconds to get up.
Thank you.
There's
Well,
no way
it's
that we
Wave.
switched
It's Wave.
controllers.
Blech. Did you ever play Waverunner? I think that's what it was
You mean
called.
Wave Race 64?
Maybe that's what it is. Like, yeah, I think that's it. Where you're on like jet skis.
Yeah,
and you're,
that's Wave Race.
dude, you're feeling such a good fucking summertime game.
Oh, I love Wave Race. I think that's what made me like my beach setting.
Yeah.
Whenever there's like a beach setting, I'm like, it makes me so happy.
Yeah, I know.
I have such really good memories. Fun fact about that game.
Lay it on me.
My copy of it was stolen.
What?
Yeah. So
That's
like
not a fun fact at all. It's just a fact.
when I was a child. Wait, what's the mission here? What was I saying?
Someone stole your wave race.
Oh, I stole the Wave Race.
What?
Yeah. So. Oh, was that not clear?
Yeah, no.
So yeah, I was like a poor kid growing up. So I never, it's like I had like one video game for the N64.
Right.
And then this kid like brought his copy of Wave Race, and his like backpack was open,
Right.
and I just fucking ganked it straight up.
Oh no,
And then,
dude.
and then he was like showing it off and shit. And then like later, oh my god, it's such a douchey thing. I'm sorry. I don't want to say your name, but I'm sorry.
Right.
I like started showing it off too.
Oh god.
I was like, check out my copy of Wave Race. And he was like, hey,
Oh god.
I can't find my copy of Wave Race. Like, is that one like? Does that just like happen to be mine?
It's
and
weird that it has my initials on it.
and I was like, no, it's totally my copy. And he was like, oh,
Okay. Oh god. That's so sad.
I know. I'm sorry.
How old were you?
God, it was like, was it elementary school? I think it was.
This was 6 days ago.
And I feel so bad about it now. I just.
Oh yeah.
Do you know I was in a gaming clan once?
What?
I was in a Counter-Strike clan. And you know what it was called?
What?
Fifth. You know what it stood for?
5.
It stands for fucked in the head.
Fucked in the head.
And I didn't come up with
Fifth.
it. And I have a funny story of why I joined the Counter-Strike clan.
Okay, go ahead.
So I had this guy in my my school who was kind of weirdly. He had a big ego, but whatever. His name was Paul. Whatever, Paul. At least in high school he did.
You don't have to use his real name.
No, it's fine. Whatever. And literally this one time this is like in high school. He was walking. He was talking with other people, other friends, and he was just like, "Yo, like, what is the thing he said?" He goes, "Oh yeah, I'm pretty fifth. Yeah, fifth." And they're trying to make it a thing, like really cringily, and. What, like, we were walking in the park, like, doing, like, this, like, cleanup event where you had to, like, clean up the local parks, like, look
Okay.
for garbage.
Yeah.
And he's, like, walking around the other kids, like, that I guess he's recruited to his Counter-Strike clan, going, "Yeah, we're pretty fifth. And I was walking along next to them, just not knowing what they were talking about. I thought they were saying we're pretty fit.
Oh.
So I was just like, they're like, "Are you fifth, Russ?" And, like, thinking I wouldn't know what it meant. And I was just like, "Yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty fit." And they were like, "Oh, cool." So then I got to join the Counter-Strike clan.
Oh, sweet.
So I joined this Counter-Strike clan, and we went around to like these.
That's pretty fifth, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty fifth. And then
got to do that.
And then I was all right. I was pretty. It was CS. I started playing CS 1.2, and then up to 1. I think I played a little bit of 1.4, but I don't play a lot of Go, unfortunately. But anyway, we were in this clan. But like, I guess it got around at school since like gaming clans were a kind of a weird thing that like people were like saying that we had a gang and like that we thought we were in a like proper gang that played video games. And one day I was like sitting in the car, I was trying to get my like driver's license or at least my like learner permit, and my sister was with me, and she's like, Ross, and I'm like, what's up, Beck? And she goes, everyone is telling me that you're in a gang, and I was just like, I'm sorry, what? She's like, everyone's saying you're in a gang, and I'm like, no, I'm really not in a gang. I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, well, someone told me that you're like, you joined a gang that plays computer games, and I was like, are we really having this fucking conversation? And she's like, I was like, yeah, I joined a Counter-Strike team, and she's like, that's super gay, Ross, and I'm like, okay, I'm glad this is 2003 and that's still okay. But anyway, I guess people at school thought we had a gang that went around and played computer games.
Wait, so your sister wasn't like, whoa, that's pretty fifth.
Whoa. He's like, aren't you fifth, Rebecca? And she's like, I'm pretty fit.
Yeah, I'm super fit.
So, yeah, I and then people, oh, that's right. And then, I don't know, it was really weird. It was super fucking weird. I think about that now, and I'm just like, that was really dumb. Counter-Strike clans are pretty normal now, if you had to explain that. Yeah, it's like I have a sport team, and I go around and I play video games with my friends. We compete, and it's fun. But like, for some reason, at this rinky-dink Catholic fucking Australian school in Perth, everyone thought we were like Bloods and Crips playing Counter-Strike.
Dude, I mean, you pretty much were.
I mean,
what it sounds like.
We're pretty fifth.
Yeah, you're pretty fifth.
But I think the reason that people thought it was super cringy was that like there was two guys that were friends with Paul who would like always like write fifth, like do this like shitty logo they designed like on their like textbooks and stuff. And I just thought that was super cringy and dumb, but they kept doing it. So I think that made everyone think they were like fucking idiots.
She's down below.
I just wanted to play Counter-Strike, man.
The bottom line is, I just wanted to play Counter-Strike. And everyone thought I was pretty fifth. I thought I was fit. People thought I was in a gang. Your sister thought you were a homosexual. And really, that's just all there is to it. You just want to play Counter-Strike.
It's true.
There's this whole fucking web of emotions and
I
feelings.
just wanted people to play Counter-Strike with. Is that so much to ask?
Yeah, go faster. You said you couldn't go faster.
There we go.
You lied to me.
I'm sorry, I didn't think about it hard enough. Whoa.
I told you about that, right? My fucking third grade teacher, Miss Barish, whose horrible voice still haunts me to this day.
You lied to me. You lied to me.
What did you lie about?
Well, fucking, she was like, I didn't do my homework, like always.
Yeah.
And she,
Well, what are you gonna do? Tell her you didn't do your homework?
That's the thing. She was like, did you do your homework, Dan? And I was like, yeah. Like, you're a scared 8-year-old kid. And an adult gets in your face, and you don't want to, like, you're already ashamed that you didn't do it. And then she was like, okay, put everything in the center of the table, and I'll collect it. And she was like, where's yours, Dan? And I was like, I put it in there, because you just panic.
Yeah.
And she was like, and then she looked through, and she's like, you didn't do it! You lied to me! You didn't do it! Yeah, she got all in my face. She made me, like, walk outside and sit in a desk in the hallway and write an apology letter to her.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd like to redo that apology letter
Do you
now,
still
actually.
have it?
No, I had to give it to her.
Oh.
Yeah, and then she called my mom. And my mom was like, she sounds psychopathic. You do your homework, but, like, don't worry about all the rest of that shit. My mom is awesome. She had to defend me from, like, a bunch of crazy teachers when I was a kid.
She's a nice lady.
Oh, yeah, you met my mom.
Yeah, she's great.
She's so rad. I love her.
She makes me smile.
Do you ever have to do the turn your head and cough hernia exam?
No.
No, you didn't?
Oh, shit. Maybe I did when I was a kid.
Yeah, like, you do it in, our school, like, had us do it. You go into the nurse's office and go behind like a curtain, and there was just a dude waiting there who you'd never seen before in your life, and he had fucking gloves on, and then you'd have to fucking remove your pants and trousers, and then he would place his hand gently under and around your nutsack.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'd have to like,
area.
yeah, you have to turn your head and cough, and that was weird. Cause like we were kids too, so like as you get older, you're like, you know what? People have touched my dick before, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
Like
but when you're a kid, like it's just way too fucking awkward, and you have to make a joke out of it. So we must have been like in 7th grade or something, because I can hear my friend like
What are you,
Josh.
like fucking like George Carlin as like a 7-year-old? Like, you're touching my nuts.
no,
What's up with that, huh?
I mean, like,
weird.
I do remember like one kid was like, "Shouldn't you buy me dinner first?" I thought that was fucking funny.
Wow, that's a pretty advanced joke for
It was, and that's why I realized like we must have been slightly older than like little kids, you know. But I remember,
Shouldn't you?
it's ridiculous. The other thing my friend Aaron did was,
Adam?
nope. Actually, Aaron.
Oh.
Aaron.
Oh, okay.
He, he, like, I guess the guy asked him to, like, cough or whatever, and he just, like, let loose, like, this insane, like, like
oh God!
it was so funny, because you're looking, I mean, it's such an awkward situation, you're looking for any excuse to laugh. I wonder if they
true.
still do that in schools. I bet probably not.
No, there's no way, dude.
Not in today's society.
Yeah, that's such a weird thing. It's just, yeah, I went to school and
Yeah.
teacher,
A man touched me.
a random
for
man
my health.
touched my penis and said it was for science.
Yeah, it was bizarre. It was super bizarre. Yeah, whose job is that? Yes, I'll be the child toucher.
That's me, Randy the child toucher. That's what I went to college for, and dadgummit, I'm the best child toucher there is.
It's because I care. It's because I care about the kids.
That's like what they would have called it in the 50s, you know?
What's that?
It's like,
Oh.
the resident child toucher.
Yeah.
Randall, and it's like, oh, he's a child toucher? Wow, like all the women love him, like,
Wow,
that's
so
such
sensitive.
a classy
Ross,
thing.
why are you listening to this? I looked up and I saw Ross looking through the mirror, or looking through the window with headphones on, just smiling to himself, hearing us talking about child touchers.
But that's not, you know, you wouldn't be able to get that job anymore.
No, definitely not. It is not appropriate. But it's funny. I told you my friend Andy from the Harley Davidson shop.
Milanakis?
Yeah, we worked at a Harley shop together. Wow. He used to tell me, like, he didn't realize that turning your head was part of, like, the importance of, like, recognizing a hernia in the turn your head and cough situation. So he was like, I always thought it was just because the doctor felt bad looking in your eyes while he was fondling your particulars.
Your particulars. Your particulars.
It's fucking how he talked.
I remember my friend Justin. We had this one kid at school named Josh or something. I don't remember. But he had like, kid was fucking crazy. He was like intensely racist.
Okay. Against who?
Asians for some reason. And my friend Justin is Chinese. So like, he basically was like, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, just definition like bogan white trash. But like the idea was that in school he was just like, yeah, I watched this video of this fucking these Asian extremists say fucking they cut off the head of this like Aussie guy and like fucking animals, fucking them all. And then like went around and basically like spent his like went all this effort and energy into basically like treating my friend like dog shit because he was Asian,
Lovely.
and it was great. So
you went on some revenge.
well, here's the
fighting.
thing that happened. We had this unfortunate for him, the cool kids, as let's just call them,
Okay.
happened to also have friends who were Asian. And word got around that he was saying all these things. And I just remember all these guys showed up. I mean, these guys are in the like school AFL team, right?
Okay.
Australian
Australian Football League.
Yeah. So big guys, you know, the kids that got their testosterone early.
Yeah.
And basically, they approached this guy, and they were watching as I think he was trying to start like a real fight with my friend. And it was kind of, you know, one of those standoff things, like nobody wanted to start the fight. And I just go to my friend Justin, he's like, I need something witty to say to him to get him mad. And I don't know why, it was just the first thing that popped into my head. It wasn't a good one,
But I said, "Oh, tell him this," and I whispered to Justin, "Say, everyone makes mistakes, even your parents."
Oh my god.
Inverted way of calling him a mistake. And he went up to him and said it, and then a fight broke out, and he started punching my friend in the head. But the minute he punched oh my god, that guy really loves you. The minute he punched my friend in the head,
Jesus Christ.
I'd like it just a swarm of people ran in and just punched this guy. Like nobody was on this guy's side except maybe like one other idiot.
Yeah.
Who like fuck him, whatever. The idea was basically they all ran in and started kicking the shit out of this guy. And you know, I'm a pretty small guy, and I've always been a small guy. That's why I took up martial arts, because you know, like
You wanted to be able to
I wanted to
defend
be able to
yourself.
defend myself even a little bit, even though I wasn't strong. I mean, what are we talking about? I'm ripped.
Just in the middle of a war zone.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
paint a bit.
Yeah. Oh, I got a text message. But basically, yeah, this guy just gets knocked on his fucking ass by all these other people, and I just remember my friend Justin and me, like, while he was on the ground, walked up and just went, kicked him in the head.
Oh
and
my
walked away.
God.
And the teacher came up and was like, "What's going on?" And we're like, And then but the cool thing was that even though people got in trouble for beating up this kid, like when it came out, this guy was just basically like
Being racist.
Donald Trumping around about races.
Trumping around.
Trumping around.
Drumping around.
Yeah, trumping around. He got like in serious trouble, and they like brought in his parents and shit. It was crazy.
That's mental.
You had roommates in college, right?
I was never in college.
Oh, oh, no way.
Yeah.
How did you like that?
It was really nice.
Yeah?
I didn't even finish high school.
No shit.
Yeah.
You're a high school dropout?
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron, am I fucking hanging out with a bad kid?
A bad kid.
Oh my god. Nice. Yeah. Nah, it's okay. I thought college was kind of meh.
It's funny because like, I didn't drop out. Like my parents dropped me out.
You got dropped out?
Yeah. So like what happened was, on my first day of sophomore year,
Uh-huh.
I went into school and they didn't have a curriculum for me.
Right.
And
Whoa.
I was like, why don't we, and I spent the whole day like sitting in the like library office.
Yes.
And they were like, "Oh, so I guess what happened was you." Holy crap!
I just remembered those two, but that's it. Oh wait. Oh,
Oh,
I think it's this one.
oh
yeah.
snap, dude!
Yeah. Oh, this I don't know anymore. Nope.
So I spent the whole first day just sitting in an office, like waiting for somebody to give me some fucking thing to do.
Right.
And then eventually, like at the end of the day, they were just like, "Oh, you got transferred to another school because you moved and you're not in our district anymore." And I got transferred to like an F school,
Say
like
what?
a bad kids school,
That's crazy.
because
Tom.
I moved to like the middle of nowhere instead of like the really well-to-do area that I was in before.
Right.
Which, by the way,
Damn it.
we were not well-to-do. We just lived there for some reason.
Right.
And I don't know. Anyway, so I was not in the good school anymore. I was in the bad school. Fuck. So my mom picked me up and she was like furious. And she was like, "Oh, I can't believe, ugh," and I think she made a couple calls that were like, "Why can't my son go to the fucking good school
Really?
he's been going to for like 4 years?"
Was she pissed?
Yeah.
Was she like super pissed?
Yeah, she was mom pissed.
Nice.
And I was just kind of like kicking rocks in the corner.
Right. Right.
And then eventually she was just like, Have you even learned anything in high school for like the 2 years you've been in it?"
Whoa.
Yeah, that whole thing is just like, don't even bother with
shit.
it. Actually, you should make a platform.
Really?
Yeah, so you can like jump across. She was like, "Have you even learned anything in the 2 years you've been in high school?" And I was like, "Nah, not really. I haven't really retained anything." And she was like, "You're not gonna be a fucking mathematician. Just get your GED." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Does that mean no more
crazy.
high school? And she was like, "Yeah, no more high school." And I was like,
Oh man,
so
that's nuts.
yeah, that's what happened. And then I got my GED, which was the easiest fucking test I've ever taken in my life.
Can I come up with my own canon for how that happened?
Okay.
I like to imagine that your mom, who has a stable of horses, rode up on horseback and was like, "Get my son out of this school!" And then your dad, like, as soon as you were walking, your dad, like, took up the bass guitar and played you off, like GD.
That's exactly what happened.
Awesome.
It's actually kind of close to that, because like right after school, Mom had to go tend to her horses.
Right.
And so I was like standing around in some like dirt pile, kicking rocks. That's why I was kicking rocks.
Whoa.
'Cause that was the only thing I had to do.
You were just a bad rock kicking kid.
Yeah, dude.
Awesome.
That was nothing but rock kicks.
Next time on Game Grumps, we fucking hang out and smoke in front of the 7-Eleven.
Oh, actually, I did get beaten up really bad one time. I think I've told this story maybe once in the show, but I haven't told you, so I'll just tell it again for people who haven't heard it. We had this school camp, and I went to Corpus Christi in Perth, for any Perth peeps that might be listening. And it was a Catholic school, but
Yeah.
I'll tell us a funny story about that later. But we had a school camp,
Gotcha.
and a lot of things happened at the school camp, like some crazy fucking shit. The first one that was just insane was that basically the cool kids, let's just call it, I'm saying it very sarcastically because I'm sure they're all working dead-end jobs and no one gives a fuck that they
That
exist.
makes me sad because those kids probably had parents who were really rubbish, so that was their only outlet to get some sort
to
of
be
power.
Fully, yeah.
And then now their lives suck again, and we're thinking, like,
My life's fucking great. Maybe stop chode. But anyway, what happened was they caused this, and I realize this is probably not politically correct because understand it's Australia and Native American issues aren't really present in Australia, obviously.
Yeah.
And, so I apologize if it offends anyone, but they started this group called the Pillow Indians.
oh god.
And the idea was that they would run around the school camp with pillows from the door, I guess the camp dorms, because it was like little dorms with bunk beds that you could, and it was out in the bush.
Yeah.
And they would they'd run around with pillows, and all you'd hear, they had targets they wanted to get, and obviously it was people I was friends with. And they would literally you just hear like that whole song and dance. I'm sorry. And then all of a sudden they just come from over the hill with pillows and beat the living shit out of
Oh
them.
my god.
And with the pillows. But here's the thing: the teachers were like, "Oh, it's fine. It's harmless fun."
Seriously.
What the teachers didn't know was they brought their school shoes, and we had school uniforms. We didn't just have soft sneakers. We had actually no, sorry, this would have been sneakers, but originally it wasn't. They would put like running shoes in there.
Yeah.
And then centrifuge it around.
Oh god, and they
and
smacked
then
you with
smacked you in the
shoes.
head. So what they were really doing was beating us with shoes, but the teachers didn't believe that and thought it was just pillows and that it was harmless fun.
Harmless, racist fun.
Harmless, racist fun. Welcome to Australia. I'm kidding.
God.
I'm just having a laugh. But basically, all these people were getting the shit kicked out of them by like pillowcases full of shoes.
Yeah.
And this one guy that I knew, Stuart, they were targeting him for some reason. I can't remember what happened, why they were targeting him. But they literally targeted him and ran up, and they just beat the shit out of him. He actually got a concussion and got knocked out for a second. And he fell down, and I was just like, oh my god, holy fuck, they beat the shit out of Stuart. So everyone got really scared. So we moved to it. Basically, we found out that there was a separate camping dorm that that wasn't actually occupied. So everyone was like, "Fuck, let's open up the window because they weren't locked and hide in there because it's locked and it's super safe." So turns out it wasn't locked. We thought it was. Well, they thought it was. I was out somewhere else. I wasn't with them at the time. And I go back to our dorm, and I hear, "Ooh," they all run up to me, and I'm like, oh, fuck, not this shit again.
Yeah.
And they surround me, and they're like, they're gonna hit me. They're gonna like beat the shit out of me, and I'm the only one there. And they go to me, just before they're about to hit me, one of the guys in the back goes, don't hit fucking Ross. His sister's really fucking hot. And that was literally the reason I didn't get beat up a lot. Was because
That's amazing.
my sister
your
was
sister's hot.
the pretty girl in the year below. she's a news reporter now, so there you go. Sister's very talented. Love you, Beck.
She is attractive as well.
Yeah, there you go. Well, whatever, man. Leave her alone.
Okay.
She's married now. She's pregnant. I'm gonna be an uncle soon.
That's
so I'm
really cool.
Excited in June. I'm going back to Perth. When they came up, they wouldn't attack me because obviously, you know, like they're like didn't want to upset my sister for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And they said, "Where are they? Where are the rest of them? They're not in this room." And I'm like, I actually don't know. I mean, obviously, if I did, I wouldn't have sold my friends out.
Yeah.
But then I was like, you know what? I heard them talking about the empty room in the next room over. Who cares? I'm not listening to this guy. He's got a light head. What I don't know what this is about. Looks like the Game Grumps have filled the streets.
It's a
So
meetup.
what happened was, I thought, well, maybe they're in that room.
Yeah.
So I went around back. I peered in, and I saw them all hiding under the bed.
Okay.
They were that scared. And I open up the window and I slide in, and I'm like, "You guys all right?" And then all of a sudden, someone must have sold them out because all those guys come running in. They bust down the door and burst in, and then they find Stuart and start beating the shit out of him
my
again.
God.
And I'm like, "Oh my, holy shit!" Just keep playing. And I'm just like, "Oh my God, what the fuck is going on? This is insane." This teacher's still doing nothing.
Yeah.
And then they're like, ha ha ha, they leave, they beat up a majority of the people. And then just as they're leaving, this one guy who I guess had it out for me for whatever reason, he literally goes like, "Wait a minute, Ross fucking lied to us." Because I was in the room, I just figured it out. I honestly at the time I didn't know. And they ran up and they beat the living shit out of me. They,
Oh my God.
like, with all,
You got properly beaten up?
All of them at the same time.
We can say yes now.
Yeah, do yes. And this is obviously with the pillows. They weren't punching me, but they might as well have been.
Well, with freaking shoes in the pillow.
It hurt really bad. But I literally, the first thing I did was like, I knew a little bit of martial arts at the time, and it wasn't gonna save me from like the amount of people that were charging me. So I just did this. I did like, like arms up on the side. I blocked my temples because I figured that was the most important thing, and I used my my elbows to block my face. So like I created like kind of a thing like this. But what I wasn't blocking was the back of my head.
Oh God.
So one of them came instead of because they were all doing under hits to try and go. Wow, that's intense. You're gonna have a hard time. I wasn't blocking the back of my head, and one of them, the strongest guys, came up behind me and whoop went down. You didn't do the wall jump. And he, instead of going because they were all doing under, they hit me in the back of the head, and I literally feel my my brain like smack against the side of my skull and then bounce around, and then I actually for a split second there almost blacked out. But I managed to stay on my feet, and then they left, and I was a little dizzy, but I managed to, and Stuart was kind of like very dizzy, and I was just like, holy fuck, this is not okay.
Yeah.
So then the girls in the dorm room across the way like ended up telling the teachers because we actually got found, we got caught, and they were going to charge us with breaking and entering into that room. Like the place was mad at us for breaking into that room and hiding. But then they pulled us all aside, and the girls actually testified for us that weren't a part of it, obviously, and they were just like, yeah, like this is, you've been ignoring this. They're getting the shit kicked out of them, and they're like, there's pillows, and they're like, there are shoes in the pillows, and they're like, the teachers were like, oh my God, like they didn't realize it was that bad. So what happened was these kids got pulled aside, and there's another story that happened at the camp, which is ridiculous, but I'll save that for another time. But when we got back to school, the kids that basically perpetrated this and like made it happen, they were no longer allowed to spend lunch outdoors. They had to spend it in the teacher's lounge. And before that happened, before that outcome happened, there were all the families, like the parents obviously wanted, they were furious, so the parents were having meetings with the teachers, and they pulled in my friend Stuart and they talked to his parents, and obviously Stuart's mom was fucking furious, and I don't blame her. She had a right to be furious. It was ridiculous as this was going on. And as Stuart was leaving, one of the kids' mothers, the kid that was getting in trouble for like basically ringleader of this, grabbed him by the arm, my friend Stuart really hard by the arm, and said, if you escalate this and you get my son expelled, I'm gonna sue you for all you're worth.
Wow.
And like, I was like,
To a kid?
To a fucking kid. And I was just like, fuck you.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, so
That really is trumping it about.
Yeah, go Trump about. So and I whenever that guy comes in conversation with other people, I'm like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about him?
Anyway, so that's a bullying story for this Grumpcade.
Just as I got the new character.
Yeah, just as you got the new character. Congratulations,
Garam.
Garam. So basically, all I want to say is, guys, if you're getting bullied in school, don't fucking worry, because eventually you're gonna get out of school and have a really popular Let's Play channel. Anyway, let's keep going.
Moral.
That's the moral of the story. No, but seriously, don't let bullying get to you. I know sometimes it can feel like bullying is your entire life and there's no way around it, but I guarantee you there's something else after it.
Every interesting person I've ever met has been bullied.
Yeah, because guess what, people? Sometimes you have to fucking develop a character through adversity, and other people who don't fucking need to because they're strong or beautiful or whatever, don't really develop any sort of personality and get anywhere in life because they fucking were just gifted with genes at their fucking teens and whatever, and they go through life and everyone's like, oh, you're so handsome and pretty, and then the people who aren't, like, they fucking have to learn a sense of humor or as a defensive mechanism. Anyway, next time on Grumpcade, fuck everybody.
Do you want a hug?
I do want a hug. Give me a hug, brother. I got deep.
Wait, does he not like them too?
He doesn't like goddamn anybody. He's that guy at school where it's like, you're ugly and you're a dick. You're not gonna, like, nobody's gonna like you now. You have a chance with no one. Maybe that one fucking weird kid.
The girl who, like, makes noises in gym.
That totally was kind of like a girl who made noises in gym.
She was just like...
I wasn't even thinking of that kind of noise.
And nobody even makes fun of her because it's just like, it's so weird that everyone's like, alright, let's leave her alone.
No, I was thinking more like fucking like she's doing jumping jacks. She's like,
No, I mean, like...
There's like that one person who's just not aware of the fact they're making weird noise.
No, I had a girl in my gym class. She fucking...
Did she?
Yeah, she was like...
Wait, this is a real thing?
Yeah, she like wasn't retarded. She just fucking made noises.
Why?
Every so often she'd be like, choo choo! And it's like, oh, what?
Like in at what point of gym class?
Any point where we're just sitting around.
Shadow, that was a close call. You almost didn't dodge
And he just stands an inch away and watches it go into the ground. Like he's not gonna whip around.
Yeah, I know. Seriously.
We've lost all power to the L engines.
My school's outlawed laser pointers. We weren't allowed to
Because
have
of
them.
pointing them in each other's eyes?
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
what's
of
a
pointing
little
them at,
brain
like, teachers and stuff.
eye damage?
I mean, where I grew up, everyone was not that bright. So I mean, I'm not really surprised.
Guess what they outlawed at my school? Pogs.
No,
Damn.
they got rid of.
Bro, they outlawed
too.
Pogs?
Yeah.
They did that at mine too.
Why?
Because some kid.
They were gambling. They were gambling at mine.
Yeah, we were all in the school like part, like I guess oval doing pog gambling, and
torso.
like a bad deal went south, and this one kid.
Hold on, a bad pog deal went
literally
south in Australia?
that's right. I was a part of it, so I won.
You were part of a pog ring?
Yeah. So
pog
basically,
ring?
this
Was it a pog sting?
Yeah. So basically, this kid.
Oh, was there
lost.
like a 40-year-old guy
Oh, this fucking kid!
undercover
I
trading
remember who it
pogs?
was now. It was Tim. This kid called Tim,
fuck
right?
Tim.
Yeah,
I won.
Tim.
I won via like this basically bet, and we played. I won his best pog because he wanted one of mine.
What
It
was
like a
his
hippo.
best pog?
It was like a clown doctor thing.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah, and I won it. Fair and square, I won
Bro,
it.
you won the Clown Doctor
Yeah,
pog?
so I
What?
won it.
How did we not know this until now?
I know.
Put
so
it on
I-
the wiki.
So I
Jesus.
fucking won it, and then he lost. So instead of like giving
Snake
me,
Face is after
he
me.
gave it to me, and then fucking went to the teacher and told what happened. And then the teachers redid the whole like thing, and I had to give it back to him.
No way.
Yeah, because he fucking telltale.
Is there
That goes
no
against the code of
justice?
pogs.
So after that, they banned it because they were like, oh, well, people are gambling on pogs. It's like, well, I fucking won it fair and square, and we both agreed on it, and everyone saw. Also, player
Tim's
3,
just a
use some
little bitch.
use some mana.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry,
Just a
some
little
help.
bitch.
I got it.
Yeah,
You should have shoved the Tim
I
Tam
remember
down
that
Tim's
shit.
throat.
Damn.
What a fucking asshole! He like went and told the teachers so he could get his pog back, even though I won it
Wow.
fair and square, and everyone saw.
Ross, I think my
A-hole.
favorite thing is that 15 years later, you're still pissed off about this.
Oh, that reminds me of another guy who stole one of my Pokemon cards.
Oh, tell us
my
that story.
God.
That sounds like
Well,
a
here's the
really
thing.
amazing
I don't know
story.
what you were doing at recess, but I was picking up garbage and getting passes from the yard duties because I didn't like people that littered.
Do you know,
I
do you
make
know what I was
plans.
doing during recess? And I'm not even kidding. Extra math.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Pretty cool, bro.
I used to just pick up garbage and give it to the I tried to help the environment and the birds.
It's just one of those things where it's like, when you leave school, you just, especially if you're like me, and you had an extreme distaste for school.
Well, I think 98% of the population had an extreme distaste for school.
Oh man, at least the learning part. I loved everything else about it.
That's actually kind of what I hated about it.
Everything else?
Everything else, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just had a really cool group of friends.
I liked learning.
Like
yeah, I love
Spanish
learning.
and Adam, and like a lot of my friends from like my grade school are still like my close buds today.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, school. I love learning, man. I just thought that I at least the teachers that I had, most of them were bad at it.
Yeah.
They were bad at teaching.
Yeah, for sure.
So I wasn't learning anything, and I think that the stuff that people hate about school is the stuff that's really unnecessary, like the homework and the homework is, the fuck is homework? Like who?
I don't know. I never did any.
You spend what, 5 or 6 hours at school? How long do you spend at school? It's like 6 hours, right?
No, longer than that.
Longer than that.
It's like 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
How
roughly.
can you
7
not?
hours.
How can you not do all the stuff that you need to do while you're there?
Yeah.
That's a huge chunk of the day.
Yeah.
And then you're saying, well, no, that's not enough.
Yeah.
You need
more
to
work at
do
home.
stuff at home too.
Yeah.
It's like,
I've got video games to play.
it's your job. I'm off.
Yeah. No, I kind of agree. I mean, I don't know. It's been so long since I was in school, and I'm sure there's value to like things that I didn't see. You know, like the discipline of doing homework and everything like that. But I just did not care. Like, that's why that question of like what was I doing when I was 17 that like we touched upon in an earlier episode of this. It's like, what the fuck was I doing? And the answer truly was like just enjoying life, you know? Like I would go on bike rides, I would go to the comic book store, I would play video games and chill out with my friends. But like, you know, there was no like major like goal in my life, like career arc like I'm on now, but I was fine with that, you know? And I just remember like that sense of like you have to have you have to be preparing for something bigger, like being jammed down my throat. And I was just like, I don't know what that means. And like, the idea of college is just so foreign and unrealized and unexplained. Like I just
Oh, sure. No, dude.
College was so different than I thought it would be. Anyway.
That was always my biggest problem, and is still my biggest problem to this day. Is the kids would always ask the question, when am I ever going to use this?
Mm-hmm.
And it was such a like scoffed upon question, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, how dare you ask that? And it's like, that's the most important question
Yeah.
to be asking. And like, how could you scoff at a question like that?
I don't know.
That is so applicable to every, like, when am I going to use it?
Yeah, what is the purpose of learning?
Why am I wasting all this time?
If not to be able to apply the knowledge that I'm acquiring, like, you know, in my life. But I understand from the perspective of like, you know, you're learning discipline, you're learning skills, you're learning like ways of exercising your brain. But I mean,
I don't believe in that at all.
Yeah, it felt kind of arbitrary, you know? It felt like trigonometry. Like that was one thing where I could not have checked out harder out of any class mentally than I did with trig. And gotta tell you, my life turned out okay. and you know what? Like, I'd be fine with all of that if they also taught us things like how to balance a checkbook, how to buy a house, you know? Like,
Yes.
we've talked about that shit before.
How to talk to people.
Yeah, yeah. How to deal with your emotions, you know? Like,
Yeah. How to deal with if somebody has a mental problem.
yeah. Like, I'd have no problem with, like, all of these subjects in school that I didn't connect with if they weren't replacements for stuff that I really needed to learn and felt unprepared for when I left the schooling system. But hey, what are you gonna do?
Change the schooling system.
Yeah, that's easy. That's pretty easy.
Well,
I learned how to
nothing
J-O.
worth nothing worth doing is easy.
Yeah. Learned how to J-O on my own, and that worked out pretty well.
I would #1 is how to talk to people. I can't believe that's not a class.
Yeah.
How is that not a class? Like, how? Communicating with other human beings is quintessential to life on Earth.
Yeah. And also the most important way to share knowledge. Like, and apply everything you've learned in school.
Like, why is talking to someone a given? Like, it's not a given. I didn't know how to talk to people for the longest time.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to have conversations.
Yeah.
My friendships were highly superficial in many areas of my life. And I didn't know how to improve them.
Yeah.
I mean, I do now.
And even sex education, like, I mean, that's an important thing.
Oh, hell yes.
But I mean, it's taught by, like, you know... At least mine was taught by this shriveled up 85-year-old octogenarian raisin that, like, hadn't had sex in 40 years.
Whoa.
And, yeah, I mean, and just, like...
Octogenarian? What the fuck does that mean?
Like, someone in their 80s. In their 8th decade, I believe.
Oh, a generation.
Yeah, yeah.
Octogenarian.
Yeah,
gotcha.
it's just like, ugh. I'm like, this isn't the person I want to listen to about sex. Like, when was the last time they had it? It's probably changed since the 40s.
Yeah, actually, one guy who made my life a little bit of hell in high school. Oh boy, this is a little dark.
Okay. We'll go into it.
I'm not going to say his name because I'm sure he's a better person now, but at least in high school he was a dick, and you know, people change with time. I like to think that you know, it's just it's circumstantial of many things, but one of the guys that bullied me pretty bad. He was he wanted to be in the Air Force. Okay. And the week after graduation from high school, and this is not even funny, it's sad as shit. Okay. He went drunk driving and
oh god.
He crashed his car horrendously. He survived. Everyone else in the car survived, but one girl was unfortunately not so lucky and became quadriplegic for the rest of her life.
Jesus.
So that really shut down his dreams of wanting to go to the Air Force.
Yeah.
And I mean, I kind of had resentment.
And her dreams of anything.
Yeah, I mean, but like, at the time, you know, like when I heard that, there was a part of me that was just like,
serves you right.
Yeah, but at the same time, I was like, I don't wish that on anyone. That's the psychological stress that must have on someone.
Yeah, that's going to destroy your life.
Is just going to destroy your life. So, you know, it's weird because like, as a kid, you kind of grow to resent people like that. But then...
Well, that's the only life experience you've got at that point,
because they resent you, you want to return that resentment. So when you kind of get older, you kind of start to think like, I mean, maybe there was something deeper going on there. Maybe something in their home life wasn't right, you know. So I don't know. It's a weird thing to think about, man.
Most people, like, I went to, like, I guess there's like a Game Grumps wiki and someone made an article for Orf and I was being shown and I was just like, they said Orf doesn't like being held. That's not true.
Oh.
That's not true at all.
Well, that wiki also, if it's the same one I'm thinking of, it also said I slept with my first grade teacher.
Oh my god, does it?
When I was in first grade.
That's badass.
Yeah, it's hilarious. And 1,000,000% true.
Mm-hmm. That's... She should probably go to jail.
Yeah, it's a good point. Sorry, Miss LaChapa.
Is that her name?
That was the name of my first grade teacher.
Oh, wow. Cool.
But I did not sleep with her.
Was she married?
I don't know, Ross. I was 6.
Oh.
You're never like...
Well, she was Mrs. She wasn't Miss.
So, what are you doing? I don't remember.
Miss and Mrs. That's how you tell.
Yeah, but I don't remember, like, what the prefix of her name was.
Right.
Dude, I fucking totally forgot this until just now, but I had a teacher in 3rd grade that demanded that we use number 3 pencils.
What even is that?
It was just like, you know, number 2 pencils are your standard, but like number 3 is some shit that you have to specifically go to Staples for and ask. It's just got like a different, I guess, composition of graphite, and it's fucking stupid as shit, but she was crazy. All my teachers were crazy, and I had no idea because I was like, adults know what they're talking about.
What the hell is that thing?
Did you just see what the fucking message that came on the screen?
What did it say?
It was like, hold Z to jog. be careful you don't alert any ghosts by jogging.
Oh, well then.
It's like, oh, is that really the first time you're gonna introduce the?
I'm sorry, go on.
After waiting a bit. Was that legit?
Oh yeah.